right. So for our final topic of the evening, we have our second fan question, which is, can you be a fan of two teams in one sport? So that being said, um, Spence, you want to go ahead and take the lead on this one?
I okay. For me personally, I say you can. For example, for me, I'm good. Oh man, this is gonna give me a lot of flack. I know it. So I know it.
Oh, let's
I
be
know it.
honest.
Okay.
Let's share something
I
we
I
didn't know. Oh, you're
I
a
know. I
Jets
know.
fan. I forgot.
Huh?
Yeah, you're a Jets fan. Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
that
yeah,
blast.
you're right.
Get get that blasphemy off. Get off that blasphemy. All right.
How's that possible? I mean, we're
Don't
both
don't
in the same
don't
division.
listen. Don't put that bad juju on me. I'm not hearing it. Listen. All right. So I am a Dolphins fan, of course. In the AFC, I am a Dolphins fan. But
Yes, man.
in NFC, I'm actually a Saints fan.
Ooh.
I've been a Saints fan since Aaron Brooks,
Hmm.
Deuce McAllister, Joe Horn. I've been a fan ever since then. So it's not like, oh yeah, I've been on the Drew Brees bandwagon. No, I was with the Saints when they sucked. I was a big fan of Deuce McAllister. I don't know.
Yeah, we remember
I was
this.
a yeah, I was just a big fan of Deuce McAllister and Joe Horn. I felt like he was a very underrated wide to me. So I just liked them from since then. Of course they had some flops and some interesting picks of Reggie Bush and we see how that goes. And 10 Glenn Jr. That was interesting. But I'm a fan of those two teams. I mean, of course, my first love will always be a Dolphins. Will always be a Dolphin. But on the other side of the sport, if my Dolphins have a bye week and the other team don't, I'm watching the Saints game.
Okay.
Okay. Trey.
All right. So, as you can see, pretty much heavy Pittsburgh everything here. But as most people know, I am from down in the Miami area, born in Fort Lauderdale. Uh, so, traditionally, yes, I do root for Miami Dolphins. Uh, just as long as they don't run up and play against my Pittsburgh Steelers. That's where I kind of draw that line. Anybody else, it's Dolphins all day. If it comes down to us playing, them playing against Pittsburgh, you see what side I'm rocking with. That's just where it's gonna go when it comes to that. Um, but just to kind of more so like dive into the whole, I guess, can you be? I don't think there's a set rule if it pertains to being a quote unquote fan per se, right? So for me, this is kind of question we kind of touched on it a little bit on our great sports debate page again on Facebook. You can look it up or hit one of us up. We can go ahead and get you invited to the page again. It's pretty much all we do all day outside of the show is talk sports. So we're constantly doing this. This is what we do. Uh, but nonetheless, for me, like I said, it's a to me it's a feeling thing, right? So if you don't feel a certain way, like with that team, more so like has a tough loss or anything, because yeah, it's easy to root for a team when they're winning. It's easy to be like, oh yeah, that's my team. But if you don't feel anything whatsoever, or it doesn't, I'm gonna say it has to crush you or bother you, which sometimes it does when when we love our sports teams. But if you don't feel anything, I can't. I don't. To me, I don't think I can really say. I guess you're a quote unquote fan to me. But again, there's no rule book per se. Um, I guess baseball, not the biggest baseball fan. I typically, I guess you would say I'm a Marlins fan, but uh, I have been to a few Rays games out here. So it was like, I'm not per se a Rays fan per se, but it is, I'm in Tampa.
Okay. Uh, Like for me,
Definitely
all
not
right.
a, again, quote, definitely not a Bucks fan though. It's
Of
just
course.
to throw that out there before
Of
there'll never
course.
be no
Oh,
misconfusion, no confusion with that. The hometown team for me is the Dolphins, but my team per se is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
okay.
But just going back to touch back on, like, if you don't feel anything, the season when we went 1-15, that was, that was our, yeah, that was bad times, but I felt great pleasure in the fact that the one win that the Dolphins did get that year, oh yeah, don't look over here, Vic, was against the Ratbirds. So it was just like poetic justice.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it had to be them, right? It just had to be. So I mean, but Vic, I mean, obviously Ravens and
It's
like
Bucks.
Bucks. So yeah, go ahead.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I'm also in agreement that you can be a fan of two teams in the same sport. For me, it all started back in '98. Um, back in '98, that was the first time I watched the Baltimore Ravens versus the Indianapolis Colts. I believe it was November 21st, Peyton Manning's rookie season.
Bill, you got the date?
I mean, like I said, I remember this stuff because that was the first time I ever watched football. Ray Lewis, I was inspired by the way that he was playing. For those that don't know, again, I was a fan. I'm a fan of the Ravens, but Jim Harbaugh, formerly as the brother of our head coach, the current Ravens head coach, John, which he's now the Michigan head coach, was the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens at that time. We also had Priest Holmes as our running back. So, Rod Woodson was a DB on the team. I mean, just, few people just to name. Um, but, I watched that game. I just fell in love with, the way the defense played. I believe the Ravens won 38-31 that day. They did beat the Colts. I know that for a fact. Um, but with that being said, Baltimore ever plays against the Bucks, I'm rooting for the Bucks all day. I'm from Tampa, born and raised, so um, yeah, it's Bucks all day. But those are both my teams. Uh, was that?
Wait, you. Those are both of your teams.
Those are both my teams, but the Bucks.
So this is not. So this is not your team too.
Oh,
Oh
nope, nope.
yeah,
I
he's
don't
a,
claim them.
he's a Raven and he's a Steelers fan.
I do not claim that. I do.
Yeah, in both
But
in both divisions. Yeah, in the
No,
same division.
I just lost a bet. That's all it was.
I don't know look at the smile like
It's embarrassment.
no.
That's what the smile is. I'm embarrassed.
and just so the fans know, he still hasn't returned my Hines Ward jersey. Like he's
Hey,
holding on to
whatever.
that for dear
Hey,
life.
you know the situation. I gotta,
See, I
we gotta,
knew it.
no, we gotta link up so I can give it to you because the
You,
only
you,
reason why I got it.
you have plenty of, but then you have plenty of chances.
No, he loves it, man. I
No,
mean,
no.
Look, man,
My,
I get it. I get it. It's
my dog,
okay.
my dog has been using it as a blanket.
Nah, bro, you have it hung up. You were
Did you frame
sad
it?
that day.
Did you frame it?
You were sad that day. I know
I
it
am.
now. You were
Still
so
am.
that day.
I still am. But again, I'm a Bucks fan at the end of the day. But I also root for the Ravens. Anybody that knows me knows after a loss for the Bucks, especially, that I I used to be heartbroken. It used to tear my day apart. Like Bucks losing, that just it sucked. But still, faithful Buccaneers fan through and through. Ravens, I still, I feel some type of way, but it's just it don't hit as hard when the Bucks lose.
It hit different, huh? The Bucks hit
Yeah,
different.
'cause that's my city. It's just, I just it's just a different vibe. It's a different feel, but it still sucks when the Ravens lose. So, yep. But that's the answer to the question.
I can relate to that here. And then my whole thing is like another thing. So sometimes you have, just touch on, I'm using my son as an example. So now, mind you, he sees me and, Steelers everything. So that's gonna happen just based off of influence. But the first team that he kind of just grabs to on his own was actually the Giants, and it wasn't more so just because of Giant, but he's a fan of Odell Beckham. So I remember a couple years ago for his birthday. It's a bad day for me. Had to pick up a New York Giants cake. Bought him an Odell jersey,
I
but it's
know.
like, that's the player that stuck out to him was Odell Beckham. Now, when Odell got traded to the Browns, I let him know I ain't paying for no Browns jersey. That ain't happening. I know you like Odell, but we not doing that in this house. You will not bring no Browns jersey in my house. I'll let you know now. But then for this year, for his birthday, on his own, he said he wanted to have a Pittsburgh Steelers birthday. And again, I
Yeah.
think that just goes back to kind of like influence or whatever. So,
Tell him for his
um,
next birthday that Uncle Vic got him.
uh, but I think players.
Knowing you got him something petty.
Odell.
I feel like players kind of can factor into people's
Right.
fandom and things of that
Decisions,
nature.
right?
Like certain player sways you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For me, the whole reason I became a Pittsburgh Steelers fan was Cordell Stewart back when I was younger. Just seeing that man literally be slash do everything. He played wide receiver, quarterback. Like I mean, I guess Taysom Hill kind of does that now, but nothing on
Not
that
like
level.
this. Yeah, not like
Like
this.
Cordell
Yeah,
Stewart.
I
I
remember
can
Cordell.
I can I can say something about that because with
Yeah, same here.
the Los Angeles Lakers, like I became a fan of Los Angeles Lakers because of Kobe.
Me.
But ever since he retired, I can honestly say I don't watch the Lakers games like I used to. I used to be always on top of every Lakers game. I still watch them, but it's just not as crazy. So
Yeah, yeah,
I was
certainly.
more
Uh,
of a Kobe
When
fan than
when
anything.
people have, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of kids that are growing up in this era that are going to be Kansas City Chiefs fans
LeBron,
because
yes,
how can you not watch Patrick
Mahomes,
Mahomes and
and not
not be
like
amazed? So it's just like a little kid seeing. I mean, they are going to be swayed by that, no matter where they're from or whatever. But it's
Him or Tyreek Hill.
yeah,
yeah,
Kids always believe they the fastest thing in the world at that time. Until they
yeah.
get their blood going off.
Yeah, I definitely understand about players influence you to the teams you pick. For me, of course, with the Saints, it was Deuce McAllister. For the Dolphins, it was Chris Chambers for me. It's weird, but I always liked Chris Chambers. I don't know why. I felt like I just like how he was able to work in the Dolphins. Him and Ronnie Brown. Heat fan, of course. D Wade, baby. '03 D Wade.
I mean, we're all Canes fans on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
That's the
So
one thing that I could say we can all agree on. I mean, me and Spence were here as far as the Heat too, but
yeah.
when it comes to
Now the other side, which is the other team that I root for the Western Conference, is I'm a Jazz fan. I've been a Jazz fan since Darren Williams and what's his name? Karolinko, and then Carlos Boozer. So
Um,
yeah,
the same with
so
me. Like my Western team was always the Lakers, but again by default because of Kobe. But the Eastern team always and forever is the Miami Heat because of Dwayne Wade.
oh, you're not
But
you're not a Magic fan?
no, I've never been a Magic
you're
fan.
not
I've
you're never been
never,
a Magic fan.
never liked the Magic.
I
I
swear
just
you were a Magic fan.
never liked the Magic. Like even if you
You
could pull up my Facebook history and anything that I mentioned about the Magic, I've never like if I mention
you,
them, no,
you, you had a Dwight Howard jersey.
no.
I know you did.
My brother, yeah, but not me.
Yeah.
No, not me. I've
Oh,
never been
oh,
a
okay, okay, I get it.
I've never
Yo,
even been.
brother, I remember.
I wasn't even a fan of the Magic when they had Penny and Shaq. Like I was just never a Magic fan. Period.
92.
So
I feel
like
you.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of these teams, but Carmelo Anthony is my favorite player. So any team that Carmelo Anthony has ever been on, I have a jersey for. I'm just a Carmelo Anthony fan. So I'm a Heat fan first, obviously, but
Right.
I follow Melo pretty much wherever he goes. So again, I don't think there's any rule now. If you're somebody who
Just everything.
every season you're just flip flopping, like
I
you're,
can't.
I
No.
mean, LeBron fans are like that.
yeah,
I know people who were Heat fans. I thought through and through, and then as soon as he left,
They were
oh, he's
Cavs
a Cavs
fans,
fan now. Oh,
and then when he left, they were Laker
he
fans, and
went
I'm
back
like,
to so okay, that's how.
okay, you're a
So
LeBron
you're a
fan, not
LeBron fan, yes.
yeah, you're a LeBron fan. Gotcha.
And there's certain people who are like that though. They follow
Yep.
players, not the team.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think it's just on an individual basis. Like,
Person.
it,
Yeah.
but for me, it's like the teams I root for. I've always rooted for. I've never wavered. It doesn't change. So
yeah,
Yeah.
for me, that's I guess that's what to me makes the quote unquote can you truly be or what a true fan is the not wavering. I've,
Even
I've everyone's known me for being advocate for the Dolphins as much as again, I'm a Steelers fan. Don't get that confused. Pittsburgh is my team, but my home team is the Dolphins, and
mhm.
a lot of times I probably watch more Miami games just because it comes on locally. I can't always get the Pittsburgh game. Well, now I can because I got the plug, so I be plugged in. I be watching both, but locally, if if the Steelers aren't on like a televised game, it's either Miami or Tampa Bay. Those are like the options. Locally, that's what I got to watch. So,
yeah.
but and I do watch a lot of Bucks games, so that's how I'm able to troll y'all so much because I know I'm in the know. I see what's going on. But I will say I do like the atmosphere that's in the city right now. The fact that the Bucks are doing good.
Yeah.
I do like is you can feel it, especially if they Super Bowl weekend is gonna be lit if they can't get
Seventh and Grove has already got their posters of who they're gonna have, and I know that's gonna be packed. Oh man,
oh yeah, the
I'm just I'm just
football
waiting for
chains are
I'm
gonna be
just
down here at Dallas Bull. Like,
I'm just waiting for Boozy's ass gyros on 40.
Oh
oh
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, it's gonna be lit regardless of who's
Of
in the Super
course,
Bowl, but
if it's
home
here,
Super Bowl is gonna hit totally different.
if
So I don't
yeah,
know if y'all got any plans, if y'all going Super Bowl party or what's up, but I mean, I'm definitely trying to experience something that weekend.
uh,
It's
I
we're gonna see what happens Sunday, but I don't know.
I don't know, man.
So we're like to
I
do
don't know.
something big.
I don't
My
know.
whole thing though, my thing why I troll the Bucks so much though, I'll be honest though, is just because of I'll say the lack of a culture with the fan base. I'm not talking about people like you, Vic, because I know obviously we know like I know personally like the true diehard season ticket
Right.
going to the games in the rain, even when y'all sucked, Bucks fans. But
Watching your
now
watching
that
watch.
now that you guys are winning with Brady, it's a whole new wave of fans that oh, you're a Bucks fan now? Like I never heard you talk about the Bucks fans.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot of you have a lot of fair weather fans here that when the
Of
Bucks are
course.
doing good, you hear from them. When the Bucks are horrible, you don't hear nothing about the Bucks. So that's my biggest issue with the fan base here. I'm not, and again, for y'all that's watching, the ones who I know what's up for the real fans. So this isn't to y'all, but it's to
Right.
these other people who,
The flip floppies, yeah.
yeah. Oh, when the
Yeah.
Bucks doing good, now you want to talk about them? Nah.
Nah, where were you when they were getting demolished with 31-3? Where were you?
Where were you, Jeff Garcia days, Josh Freeman? Where were y'all? Shit, through Winston. Where were y'all?
Where were
All of that.
where
Don
where were you
King.
where were you when Nick Foles missed that kick to
So yeah, so that's my whole thing. That's why I troll the way I troll. But nonetheless, for the most
Josh
part, when it
Freeman?
comes down to any sport, if my team personally isn't in it, I'm gonna go for the Florida team. If there's a Florida team, for the most part, it's typically what it comes down to.
Or if
So
there's a or if there's a player that is from Florida that we typically like.
yeah,
Yeah.
And just
that,
kind of going
that's
to
why I'm a big Carl Davis fan. He from the crib.
yeah. Um and just going back end off what I got to say. Um I didn't seen that Spence was trying to troll me about the Ravens this past weekend because they lost.
I'm
Yeah,
just giving I'm just giving you the same energy that you give me. That's it.
look, to me, like I said, it's yeah, it sucks that they lost, but to me, ultimately, the fact that the Bucks won, it's nothing you can really tell me right now. That's gonna make me
That's
so
true. That
so
is
like
true.
yeah, I like the Ravens. I wish they would have won, but the fact that the Bucks won, it like that feeling just overcomes any kind of.
Right.
It's just like I don't know, your girlfriend breaking up with you type of deal, and just like damn, like, and then all of a sudden you get this great job opportunity.
Yeah.
It just like it's like damn, like I ain't really tripping no more. Like I'm good. I got
Right.
401k and all that.
Right.
I'm
I
set.
understand.
So
I
I mean that's
understand.
kind of like the vibe, just like Trey was talking about the vibe around the city. It's great.
Topping up. I get you.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
lifts my spirits. No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
You're absolutely
Yeah,
right. Ain't,
yeah.
ain't that right, Mahomes?
Yep, yep.
Oh, look at their baby.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
look,
having a Lamar.
Yeah.
look at him. So cute. So cute. Anyways, I'm good though.
Y'all have anything else? Any other shout outs? We're gonna have a big show coming Saturday for ahead of Championship Sunday. I actually got a couple guests lined up for us because I feel like it's only
Ooh.
right, being that I mean Championship Sunday, we are in
Championship
Tampa.
Sunday.
Gonna have a couple of Bucks fans come on. I'm having Dro come back because we had connection issues last time. He didn't get the
Yeah.
we didn't really
Say
get to
his piece.
ask him the question. Yeah, say his piece. Uh, Probably have another Bucks fan on, and then I'm gonna see if I can get us a Packers fan on or something. So, but anything else y'all had?
I got
Nah.
two things. One, I just got a report saying that Greg Roman will return as the Ravens offensive coordinator,
You
which
don't sound so happy about that.
You
G-Ro.
don't you don't sound not
I
ecstatic
mean,
about that.
the only way that I'll be ecstatic is if, again, like I said, Lamar improves on his passing game and Greg Roman shows that he wants to commit more towards the passing game than the run game. Which, it's like I said, it's just more balanced. This is what I'm really more concerned about.
Okay.
And two, great news for the Bucks if for those that haven't heard, um, Vita Vea, the defensive tackle,
Right. He's
That's
he
gonna be
has
huge.
he has
huge.
been officially activated to the roster, and Coach Arians was saying that he has been running for weeks now. So he's been doing conditioning and whatnot. I still, even if he's out there, I expect probably between, I would probably say 10 to 25 snaps, probably the most.
That
But
probably hold
he'll,
you down.
yeah,
Third and short or something like see where you need to protect against the run. That's just me, but
yeah.
yeah, that's definitely going to be a big addition to get back.
he definitely gives a good push in the pocket too on passing
Mm-hmm.
down. So that would help out with the pass rush, especially against Rodgers, who typically likes to step into the pocket and maneuver. And even then, they also use him in goal line situations at fullback, and he
Mm-hmm.
is versatile to be able to catch the ball. He's athletic. So, yeah, with that being said, that's all I have to say. Those are only two things that I just wanted to bring to everybody's attention. So, yeah.
All right. So yeah, championship Sunday's gonna be big. Like I said, we have big show Saturday, so we'll connect back then. But outside of that, you know how this part goes. You don't have to agree. You can disagree. But at the end of the day,
I'll
all
take
takes are valid. All right, boys.
Alrighty.